Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're heading to Barcelona, Spain to explore one of the most incredible buildings in the world, the Basílica de la Sagrada Família. And let me tell you, this place is in a league of its own. It was designed by this genius architect, Antoni Gaudí, who clearly saw the world a little differently than the rest of us. And trust me, you're gonna see why. So buckle up, buttercups, because we're about to dive into the top must-see spots in this architectural masterpiece. Alright, first up, we're starting with the Nativity facade. Now, this side of the Basilica is all about celebrating the birth of Jesus. It's like a giant, whimsical storybook carved in stone. You've got these intricate sculptures of everything from angels and shepherds to animals and plants. Gaudí, being the nature lover that he was, even included real tree trunks as columns. And speaking of visionaries, you've got to see the detail in these sculptures. It's unbelievable. Look at the expressions on their faces, the way their clothes drape, even the tiny little birds nesting in the branches. It's like Gaudí brought the whole Christmas story to life right before our eyes. You can practically hear the angels singing. Oh, and don't miss the 3 portals representing faith, hope, and charity. They're absolutely stunning, each one telling a different part of the story. You can spend hours just looking at all the little details. It's like a giant Where's Waldo of biblical proportions. And the best part? Gaudí actually completed this facade during his lifetime, so we know it represents his true vision. Okay, now for a complete 180. We're moving on to the Passion facade, and let me tell you, it's a whole different vibe over here. This side of the Basilica is dedicated to the final days of Jesus' life, and Gaudí definitely didn't shy away from the drama. Instead of the joyful, whimsical feeling of the Nativity facade, the Passion facade is all sharp angles, stark sculptures, and a sense of, well, impending doom. It's like walking onto the set of a movie about the apocalypse, but in a good way. You'll see sculptures depicting the Last Supper, the crucifixion, and everything in between. And let me tell you, these sculptures are intense. They're angular, they're emotional, and they really make you feel the weight of the story. But here's the thing, even though it's a little bit dark, the Passion facade is still incredibly powerful. It's a reminder of the sacrifices that were made, and the strength that comes from overcoming adversity. Plus, it's just really cool to look at. And you know what else is cool? The way the light hits the facade. Gaudí designed it so that the shadows cast by the sculptures actually add to the drama. Maybe when you visit, it'll be closer to being finished. But even if it's not, trust me, the Glory facade is a must-see. Okay, are you ready to have your mind blown? Because we're about to step inside the Basilica, and let me tell you, it's like entering another world. Seriously, it's like walking into a forest made of light and stone. The first thing you'll notice is the columns. They're massive, they're branching, and they soar up to the ceiling like giant trees reaching for the heavens. And speaking of the ceiling, don't even get me started on the ceiling. It's covered in these incredible stained glass windows that bathe the entire space in a kaleidoscope of colors. It's like being inside a giant jewel. Gaudí's whole idea was to create a space that felt like a natural forest, and let me tell you, he nailed it. The way the light filters through the stained glass, the way the columns seem to grow out of the floor, it's magical. You can wander around for hours just taking it all in. Every time you turn a corner, there's something new to discover. Okay, after all that excitement, let's take a moment to appreciate the man behind the masterpiece. We're heading down to the crypt, where Antoni Gaudí himself is buried. Now, I know what you're thinking. A crypt? That's a little morbid. But trust me, this is no ordinary crypt. It's actually quite beautiful, and it's a fitting tribute to the genius who created this incredible basilica. The crypt is located beneath the main altar, and it's a peaceful, contemplative space. You'll find Gaudí's tomb, marked by a simple stone slab, surrounded by the tombs of other important figures involved in the basilica's construction. But the real highlight of the crypt is the architecture. This is where Gaudí's early work on the basilica is most evident, and you can see his signature style starting to take shape. Alright, who's ready for the best view in Barcelona? Because we're about to climb the towers of La Sagrada Família. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a hike to the top, but trust me, it is worth every step. The views from up here are absolutely breathtaking. You can see the entire city of Barcelona spread out before you, from the sparkling Mediterranean Sea to the rolling hills in the distance. It's enough to make you want to burst into song. And speaking of singing, Each tower is dedicated to a different apostle, and they're all topped with these incredible sculptures that look like giant musical instruments. It's like Gaudí wanted to create a symphony in the sky. But the real magic happens when you reach the top. Okay, after all that climbing, let's take a break and learn a little bit more about the man behind the masterpiece. We're heading to the museum, which is located in the basement of the Basilica. Now, I know what you're thinking. A museum? That doesn't sound very exciting, but trust me, this is no ordinary museum. It's packed with fascinating exhibits about Gaudí's life, his work, and the history of the Basilica. You'll find everything from original drawings and models to photographs and letters. It's like taking a peek inside Gaudí's brain. You can learn about his inspirations, his challenges, and his unwavering dedication to this project. It's truly inspiring. And the best part? The museum also has exhibits about the ongoing construction of the Basilica, iconic buildings in the world. All right, we've saved the best for last. We're finally at the heart of the Basilica, the altar. And let me tell you, it's even more awe-inspiring than you can imagine. As you approach the altar, you'll be struck by the sheer scale of it all. The vaulted ceilings soar above you, the stained glass windows cast a kaleidoscope of colors, and the intricate details seem to go on forever. But the real showstopper is the canopy above the altar. It's a masterpiece of design and engineering with these incredible twisting columns that seem to defy gravity. It's like something out of a dream. And the best part? The entire altar is bathed in this warm, ethereal light that filters through the stained glass windows. It's enough to make you believe in miracles. This is a place of peace, of reflection, and of pure architectural genius. Okay, we can't forget about the choir. Now, I love a good choir as much as the next person, but this is next-level stuff. The choir loft at La Sagrada Familia is designed to hold over 1,000 singers. Can you imagine the sound? It would be like heaven on earth. Gaudí was a big believer in the power of music, and he designed the choir loft to enhance the basilica's acoustics. He even incorporated these special sound reflectors to make sure the music reached every corner of the space. And let me tell you, it worked! When the choir is singing, the entire basilica comes alive with music. Well, that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of La Sagrada Familia. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. All that walking, all that gawking, it's enough to make a girl hungry. But it was worth it, right? This place is truly one of a kind. If you ever find yourself in Barcelona, do yourself a favor and put La Sagrada Familia at the top of your list. Thanks for coming along on this adventure with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fun adventures around the world. Until next time, stay curious.